Hello, Taurus Nation. Welcome to your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. I hope all is genuinely well, Taurians. This is a reading that may resonate for you if you happen to have Taurus and your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus dominant in your natal chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Taurian, you might find some information in this reading that might be for you. Take in what resonates, disregard the rest. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you'd like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be angelicassentionstarot.com. We are always going to go over delicate topics, Taurus. Take that as a trigger warning, and let's dive in. Let's see what's going on, Taurus, for the next 7 days. Hey, sassy chick. You first off, you have a Sagittarius. You have 10 of Swords, and that's what I was saying before we even really got started. What is this? This one wanted to bend. You got the 7 of Pentacles. Look, you got a little bit of everything going on, Taurus. You got somebody in their energy that's an op. Maybe recognizing that about this person or these people, whatever this situation happens to be, of a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and you're in Gemini. That might be the op in your situation. Spirit guys say, yeah. And the Swords once again. Let's go ahead and look it up. You got an Aries. Some of you are dealing with another Taurian. And you got Cancer that shows up to your reading. It looks like you're missing someone. Someone's thinking of you, Taurus. Looks like you're concerned about debt. Something you need to pay. You're waiting for some money to come through. It seems like you're feeling a bit antsy about it. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a struggle either with you or someone around you. If this is a relationship, it definitely feels like you're going through conflict with someone. You are going through conflict with someone, or some of you have gone through conflict with someone. It looks like you're having some relationship problems. And I think that somebody wants forgiveness. That's what this looks like to me, Taurus. Somebody wants you to forgive them for whatever happened. Yeah. I think that there is someone in this scenario that doesn't want to feel like they're pushing a relationship or they're forcing a connection with you. It looks like someone's trying to tiptoeing around the situation, trying to be very careful. I don't know. It feels like you had conflict with someone. I feel like the color green could be significant. Who has green? That's Taurus. Taurus has emeralds. If you're dealing with a May Taurus. Oh, are you having some issues with your mom? Some of you, this is issues with family. Spirit guides say there's something to do with a friendship here. It just seems like there's an issue that you can't seem to move on from with someone. I think somebody wants to be happy with you again. But it seems like you're aggravated, you're frustrated with someone, and you're distancing yourself. Unless this, now the reading can be vice versa. This could definitely be somebody else's vibe. Taurus. Oh, you definitely have some communication coming in. Okay, some of you, you might be getting a call from your mom or your parent, a family member, is what this feels like to me. I don't get what the issue is. I do see the issue is that you might be going through some drama with someone. This drama might involve other people. Break away from your attachments, the gift of freedom. So this feels like this is you intentionally breaking away from someone. Face your fears. Farewell to your fear phantoms. We're going to talk about that because this seems like I mentioned to you what's on your mind. Taurus, as usual, it's your money. It's a particular relationship that's in your energy. Which I think you're going to overcome. Whatever this issue is, you're overcoming this. Because it looks like there's, like I mentioned to you, you've got some sort of an issue, like financially. Let's see what this is. And definitely some things are being finalized this week. This could be paperwork. This could be some decisions that could be coming through. Somebody feels very rejected by you. And you might feel that maybe you see someone as immature. Maybe they possibly feel this way about you. Maybe the way that they went about something or the way that they could be handling something this week. It seems like you're hurting because of something. Maybe when somebody was angry, when they were activated and they said some things that were very hurtful. Okay, so somebody is saying, I'm coming to you differently. Somebody might have a different approach this time, Taurus. Or if this is you maybe attempting to go and fix something with someone, maybe something needs to be different about the way that you approach a situation. Because I think there's somebody that wants to keep you around, Taurus. Spirit says that's the issues, like tension, arguments with somebody. So with that, it seems like you this could be you. You could be going through this with someone. You could be the observer of it. I see harsh text going back and forth. So you could definitely be arguing with someone through text. Or someone could possibly be shooting you a message. Taurus. Okay, yeah. Somebody is saying they're different now. They're saying I've grown. I've grown from that situation. Or perhaps there's been some growth as a result of maybe spending less time with someone. There's a Pisces. There's a Libra that's in the energy. Yes. Spirit says someone left a situation feeling attacked. Verbally, I feel. And it doesn't have to necessarily have to be that it was verbal. It could be physical. So I'm going to put it out there. Some of you, Taurian, you're obviously either witnessing some sort of violent attack or some of you are in a DV situation. You're attacking a friend is attacking you. I don't quite get it. I guess that maybe I'm overthinking it. That's possibly just what it is. You're going through some ups and downs with someone. Somebody feels attacked. Somebody could have made up some things about you. I think right now you're just in an awkward situation with someone, and somebody might feel like you have a rocky relationship with them. They want to fix it. And maybe that's what this face your fear situation is about. It could be someone who could be fearful to approach you with what they really want to say. Now, you got another situation. You got that situation. You also have someone that's watching you, kind of like off in the distance, off in the sidelines. Somebody's watching you. I think that you have an admirer. Taurus. Spirit says, yes, you do. So someone could be admiring you because they're attracted to you, or they like your charisma. They like what you, professionally, I definitely feel like you're attractive. To people that want to hire you, your resume looks good. You dress well. You carry yourself well. So I think something might be in store for you as far as your career and some changes for the better when it comes to that. Yeah, spirit guides say, yeah, there were some lies that were being told. Somebody may have found out the truth. If not through you, then maybe from the grapevine. Maybe there was some information that was passed on. Somebody found out the truth the hard way, possibly online. Maybe somebody found out that maybe you moved on with somebody else. Somebody saw something or could possibly be seeing, overhearing, or being told something that confirms their suspicions. And that's what I mean at the top of the reading. I was telling you have an op. Somebody's playing op games with you. And what I mean by that, if I'm not being clear, is that there is somebody that is that they appear to be an ally, but they're really not. And so I think that there's somebody in your energy that might be hiding who they genuinely are or hiding their true intentions. So this is your spirit guides, Taurus, or cross watcher telling you to be on high alert. And what I really meant to say is, I don't think I finished my thought. I was telling you that I don't know how to say this except for to say it. I'm going to say it, Taurus. I think some of you could possibly be in physical danger. There could be someone who could be approaching you that I mentioned to you does not have good intentions. And this is spirit guides cautioning you about someone who could be coming back into your energy. Could be coming back and maybe they don't have the right intentions. So this could definitely be a facade. This I'm different now could definitely be some deception because somebody could be hiding their genuine intentions from you. I want to make that clear. Somebody in your energy is weird. So whatever this situation is that you have a hard time moving on from, it feels like this was an incident having to do with respect. And maybe you feel like somebody does not respect you or your boundaries. So I think you might be upset with someone. Definitely, there's a lot of chatter online. So there could be someone talking online or like I mentioned to you through text. Somebody could be having a lot to say to you through text or online. Spirit, show me what's going on online. While I see it, it looks like Taurus, there might be something you might be doing to your car. It might need to be serviced. Maybe it's time to put some oil. You might be spending like a small fortune getting your car fixed. Okay, yeah. Spirit guys say you absolutely do. Random side note, there could be a breakout, especially around the chin area, the neck area. Somebody is watching you. Maybe you are an influencer. You do something online or you have an aspiration to. And this is where your spirit guides are telling you. Face your fears. Maybe you feel called to do something in particular. Taurus. But it could be your own personal insecurities that could be keeping you from going toward this. Or you're worried about what other people might have to say. Because it definitely feels like there are people that have something to say about you, and not all of this is bad. So yeah, you are the messenger. So it feels that we're gonna come back and talk about this. I think you could be very insightful, very communicative. I think some of you could be psychics, Taurus. But yeah, somebody is watching you. Not just one person. Like I mentioned to you, you have some people watching from the sidelines. You got an admirer. You have someone that maybe you did. Spirit guides are saying, no, it's a friend. And a friend and acquaintance. This seems like this is somebody that wants to get in touch with you. Maybe you distanced yourself from a friend. Or you're not in communication with them like you usually are. Yeah. You might be shocked to hear from someone, shocked to see someone, maybe on your feed. Because it seems like somebody could be making videos or movies. It seems like social media or the media, TV, television, entertainment could be relevant in some sort of way. So it seems like somebody is coming back around you, as I mentioned to you. Is this somebody that you love a lot? Maybe you have no contact with them. No, I see more than one storyline when it comes to this. Well, I'll just finish this, my thought here. It looks like before I go into the next thought, it seems like maybe you are understood. Maybe you are. Maybe somebody does understand where you're coming from. Maybe you do feel different. Maybe there are some changes that you made in your life, and maybe you are different now. Maybe we talked about that growth. So it seems like someone has changed, or time has changed a particular situation. I mentioned to you, I'm picking up two different storylines. Maybe this is for the singles. Let's look into this situation with you, keeping in mind that what I'm about to say is not for everyone. But what I am mentioning to you might be something that is a blind spot for some of you touring it. Let me preface this by saying some of you might go on to have a wonderful relationship with someone. You might make a very good connection with someone. But this reading, if that's the case, this is not for you. This reading is going to reveal what your blind spots are, what a possible blind spot could be. Because it looks like you could be falling in love. Some of you, you could be meeting someone. Maybe you've been single for a while, Taurus. And it seems like you could be meeting somebody that is a perfect match for you. So I think you could be talking to somebody. You could be having some really good conversations with someone. What your spirit guides are saying could be hidden in the situation, and somebody, like I said, what they're really trying to do. So I don't know. This feels like somebody, your spirits are trying to caution you. What are they trying to, is there a warning here? It feels like it. It just feels like something, it shows me the end of the situation without giving me middle context as to what brings us here. So you're getting to know somebody. I don't know why. I think some of you, maybe you could be involved with someone who's in law enforcement or the military. I guess I'll just go ahead and start from where I see things kind of playing out. I think you could be making a deep connection with someone. And I think one of you could be maybe in a bit of a hurry. Like, it seems like you make such a strong connection with someone, Taurus, that you're like immediately like envisioning your wedding day with this person. Like, I see myself with this person. I want to be with them, that type of thing. You could be meeting this person online. It seems like that could be how you're making a connection with someone. And this isn't necessarily deceptive, because it does look like maybe somebody does date around. They're not just dating you, they're dating more than one person. Maybe they're not telling you that. So that could be a deception. It could be. But if you're just getting to know someone, maybe they're just kind of, not ready to lock things in just yet. One of you is, the other one is not. You're on two separate pages with this person. I think someone is physically attracted to you, Taurus. And then it just seems like you're flirting with someone, and it seems like things kind of shift out of nowhere. Like an awkward situation may happen. I think I see the story. Somebody is dating you, singles, some of you, to try to forget about somebody that they still have a connection with. It seems like they might be having drama with someone, so they're not on good terms with someone. Maybe somebody that they care about. And it seems like they see you, they're very attracted to you. There's a lot of flirtation, because remember, I was telling you at the beginning of the reading, I think you have a secret admirer. But I think that this person may actually come through and say something to you. And I think that this person, because they might be dating other people, maybe you're kind of narrowing it down, and somebody is realizing that they need to make a decision between you or someone else, or this is what things kind of come down to be. For some of you, what I'm seeing is someone from your past coming back. Or this is someone who has a back door open for a past situation. Like they still have ties with someone, or they're thinking about somebody from their past that they're having drama with, and maybe they kind of pop up out of nowhere. Maybe they sent them a message, because we talked about this. Finding out the truth crushed me. And I was telling you, you may not find out the truth from this person's mouth. Spirit guides say, Taurus, someone's going to be reaching out to you. Or you might be tempted to reach out to somebody that you did have a connection with. The spirit guides were saying there's more to this than meets the eye. Yes, somebody was really hiding who they are from you. If you see this mask, someone is disguising something. So someone's not being truly honest with you about something. And for some of you singles, that's your situation. There's deception detected in this. You might be tempted to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. But for some of you, hear me clearly when I say some of you, not all of you, somebody sees you as an option. They're dating someone else, or they still have feelings for someone else, and they can't decide what they want. So it seems like until they kind of figure that out, they might kind of string you along. And if that is your situation, here is your wake-up call. Because I was telling you, something kind of switches up out of nowhere. You might get a little bit nervous. Then maybe something else is going on. Spirit guides are saying, yeah, that is. Or for some of you, what's not seen about this situation, what's disguised, is the fact that somebody has a history in past relationships of being abusive. We talked about this card that depicted an attack. So this is why your guides are saying, be careful that you're not moving too fast. There might be some very important bits of information that you would benefit from knowing and seeing. But if you're just kind of leading with your emotions, and there's nothing wrong with using, like, letting your emotions kind of, like being open and being vulnerable. However, they're telling you still pay attention to what's going on. For some of you, I mentioned to you, someone's coming back. That's the case whether you're single or not. Someone wants to return to you. And for a lot of you, this seems like this is a family member. If you've been having friction, or you just have a history of not really getting along with someone, someone is coming back. So I think that this is possibly who's reaching out. For some of you, this is genuine. Maybe they are different. Maybe this is somebody that didn't really want to show you the truth of who they are back then. And some of you, like I mentioned to you, this is real. Yeah, you got somebody returning. Like somebody wants a second chance with you. But like I mentioned to you, it might be hard to kind of move on from the things that may have happened in the past. It looks like for some of you, whether this is family or whomever, things have been kind of still. So maybe no one is making any moves to say what they really want to say. Some of this might be left up to interpretation. You're not sure what this person really wants. They're not going to say it. It might feel like it's a guessing game to you. We talked about breaking free from attachments, gift of freedom. For some of you, maybe this was the right thing, the right move to make. Because you might be looking back on a situation, realizing that maybe this person was just kind of like monopolizing your time. Just kind of taking up your time, wasting your time. But I definitely see an apology, or someone might feel like they're deserving of an apology with whatever happened. This feels like this is getting ready to happen, possibly within the next 1 to 5 days, like within the next 7 days. Some of this could be playing out for you. I mentioned to you, I see something about your money. You might have somebody that passed. It seems like you had a passed on loved one as well. So you could definitely be visiting the gravesite of someone. That does say confession. It could be a confession of the truth. Come on with it. I was telling you that somebody feels like they're deserving of an apology. Somebody feels like, no, this was calculated. You knew what you were doing. They feel like this was no accident. I was saying the least someone feels like the least you can do is apologize. It's like, especially if you had like a back and forth with someone, somebody is replaying this in their head over and over again, whatever happened. Let's see what's going on in some other area of your life. Because it mentions here your money, because I see you worried about it. Either you are worried about your financial situation. You're waiting for some funds to come through. There's a Leo that shows up to your reading. You're waiting for a job. You're waiting for a job to respond back. Seems like you do have some money coming through. Maybe it's a pay week for you. Taurus. It does look like it's a lot of money going out the door, to the point that you might feel that it's just kind of hard to keep money in your hands. Seems like what you're concerned about when it comes to your money is your living situation. That might be where your bills are going towards the roof over your head, a place to stay. Maybe you feel like it's kind of hard to stay on top of things financially for you. What's going on with work? Well, whatever is getting ready to happen, it seems like you got some stability that's coming in for you. So if there's anything that you really wanted to do, we talked about that earlier. Money-related ventures, something that you really see yourself doing. It seems like this is the time to capitalize on that. We talked about something is keeping you still. So maybe for somebody, this is a period of unemployment, or something unexpected may have kind of hit your pockets. And it seems like there's some sort of financial loss that you're dealing with. It seems like maybe you're concerned about moving. So maybe a lot of that money is being allocated for the move. Are you moving? It seems like you could be moving. There's a Queen of Cups that could be moving, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So you could be moving back, since we're talking about returning. Somebody might want to move back in with you. Somebody's returning, possibly with all their things. Or this could be somebody returning your things. Maybe somebody has some items of yours. Maybe they're bringing them by. What's returning? It might be an opportunity. Maybe there was a job that you interviewed for before. Maybe you didn't hear back. And maybe this opportunity comes back around. But honestly, I think this is an opportunity that you might be making for yourself, some of you. But I do feel that somebody around you could be stealing. So I was saying that maybe there's someone who doesn't really even like what they do for work. Like somebody's enthusiasm is running out for what it is that they do. Somebody doesn't really like what they do to get this money, to earn their money. Yeah, your spirit guides are saying, so maybe it's time to go back to your dreams. Maybe there's some sort of aspiration that you have. Like I said, your zest, your enthusiasm for something could possibly be returning. But I think that there could also be a lot happening in your dream state. There could be some things that are revealed to you. But what this looks like to me is that there's some sort of financial loss. And it looks like there's, I think that's what's making it difficult for you to keep control of your money right about now. Taurus. And I think that's why you're feeling fearful about what might happen. I think you might be worried about things that haven't happened yet. So whatever this happens to be, whatever this is with fears and phantom fears, it seems like your spirit guides are saying something is going to be faced. You're going to have to deal with something that maybe you'd rather avoid. If there's something you wish you could kind of sit out and not really deal with this week. It seems like there's some sort of dilemma. And maybe you're not sure what to do about this because it seems like you're going back and forth in your head about what to do. Like you're not sure how to solve this puzzle that you're dealing with this week. Seems like there could be some delays this week with your money. But it looks like you got some good news coming in. Some of you Taurians, I think you have a legal situation. This might have something to do with paperwork that you could be filing. There could be someone that could be filing paperwork regarding you. I was mentioning to you there's going to be some things that are finalized this week. Yeah, you do have a court situation. That's what this looks like. You could possibly be returning to court for something. Oh, I think that there's something that's coming through for you. Okay, so we were talking about your money. You're fearful of what might happen. And it looks like there's going to be some help that comes in. Looks like there's a loan that's coming through. So I mentioned to you at the top of the reading that you've got some money that I think is going to come through your hands, hit your account. Some of you, you're business owners. And this could be an influx of business that could be coming in for you. Clients could be picking up. This could be somebody doing you a favor, loaning you some money. Seems like you're in some sort of situation, a dilemma. Oh my God, okay. That's the cops in your situation. Get a parking ticket, a warrant. Some of you could be bailing somebody out of jail. I'm trying to figure out what's going on legally for you. Because it looks like something's taking you to court. Got some weirdos in the background. You got your spirit guides that show up to your reading too. Whatever this happens to be, your spirit guides come through to help you with something. Because it looks like I mentioned to you before, something is blocking you. Something is keeping something still. I think it's your money. It's your financial situation. Bear with me, Taurus. I'm trying to figure out what happens with this. You got some money coming through. So if this is a situation having to do with your household expenses, it seems like something gets paid. Some money comes through. There's some sort of provision that's made in some way. Wow. You got defend, play, protect. There could be some sort of accusation that's made regarding a child, because it definitely feels like a child or children could be relevant in your situation. You could definitely be coming through to protect a child from something. This is a legal situation. It seems like this may have something to do with custody of a child, but there's definitely some sort of accusation. Now, in the background of your situation, I was telling you that you've got someone that is watching you. So it feels like, let's say, if you are on social media, it's interesting. You got this card that says, I hid who I really am from you. Disguise. So if someone is watching you on socials, it seems like someone is watching you under a different, like an alias, a different account. You got this card that says disguise that came out earlier. Someone is definitely, and you got it twice actually, because you got it here too. Someone could be commenting under a different account. This could be somebody trolling you. This could be somebody watching you from a different account. I think that what your spirit guides are telling you, that you are protecting a child, or they're telling you protect a kid. because it seems like there's somebody that does not have the best of intentions when it comes to a child, especially if we're talking about something that is going on online, because you never know who is on the other side of that keyboard. And spirit guides are saying there's something about this that's deceptive. Something is off. I mentioned to you, you could possibly be meeting someone online. Something that you might see, overhear, or talk about could definitely be deceptive. So this is your spirit guide saying, watch your step with this. Something is a bit off. Your ancestors are coming through with something. It seems like they're coming through with some help, because it definitely feels like something is going on spiritually, because it looks like somebody is playing in your energy. Taurus. This is your ancestors coming through to reveal some things, possibly through your dreams. This might be who this person is. This person's true identity. Because I promise you, somebody's not showing you who they really are. There's deception detected. This could be somebody you live around. Maybe you moved recently. Court situation. That could be a deal. Somebody could possibly be cutting you some slack. Or there could be some sort of deal that is reached when it comes to a particular situation. If you are dealing with the courts, though, this seems like somebody is kind of brutal with it. Because I mentioned you at the top of the reading, you got an op. For some of you, the op is somebody that you are going to court with. The name Danny could be relevant in your situation. Oh, what? Delete. Somebody could possibly be deleting what they're doing online. Especially this is a kid, maybe watching some things that are inappropriate. They could possibly be deleting it so that a parent, so maybe this isn't the real police, but this could be you maybe patrolling your kids, watching them in some sort of way. And so, yeah, somebody has some tricks up their sleeve. The court situation, as I mentioned to you, it seems like something is going to work out, possibly before this week is over. Am I right, spirit guides? How does this court situation land? Your guys are saying listen to your intuition. Talked about that. Something is disguised. For some of you, it's the answer to what is going on. You're like, spirit guides, they're here. They haven't left you. But you're like, spirit guides, what the heck is going on? I don't understand what's going on in my circumstance. Or maybe it's a person that you have a big question mark about. Your spirit guides are saying, you're not confused. Listen to your intuition. There's a situation that you feel is not going to work out in your favor. You're worried about it. Your guides are saying, remain positive. Because it definitely feels like there's some sort of change that may take place within your situation within the next few weeks. This feels like this is when there's a shift in your situation within this time period. Even though right now you're ready for things to change at this moment. You guys are telling you that, yeah, like I said, you're ready. Like you're ready to get out of this situation. You're like, can this situation get come to a resolution? And they're telling you yes, in the near future there's some sort of resolution to a situation that seems like it's not resolvable, or a connection that feels like it's irreconcilable. It seems like you're able to come to a place of peace with someone. It's going to be up to you to determine whether or not if you believe what someone has to say, and if you trust them at their word. This is why your guides are saying listen to your intuition. Let's talk about it again. Let me remind you, something is disguised, or someone is disguising a lie as the truth. Trust what your intuition is telling you. You might be, I pulled this card earlier that said shock. I think you might be shocked at how something turns out. Like I said, it seems like you're afraid of something. How something is going to turn out, you're definitely expecting the worst in the situation. It seems like it all actually works out for the best. darkening of the light. I think you're going through some sort of depression. Your spirit guides are telling you hold it together. I mentioned to you, you got some money coming in. There's an increase coming in for you. Some of you, I mentioned to you, you're on social media. It seems like some of you might be trying to build a following. And that could be what that increase is about. We talked about with an increase, an influx of people maybe coming in to see what you're about. It seems like you've got a lot of positive attention here. But it also feels like there's some strange, odd energy in the background. Because we talked about that. You never know who's on the other side of this keyboard. Or somebody who could be viewing your content. Or Taurus, this could be you. The reading could always be reversed. Let's talk about your health. Is that what we're going to talk about next? I think so. I think Spirit wants to shed light on that. It seems like maybe you're delaying something. Maybe this card said keeping still, right? Maybe you feel the need to go and get something checked out. Or maybe you're not. When it comes to your health this week, Taurus, your spirit guides are telling you to ease your stress. It seems like maybe you don't feel safe. Maybe it's your physical safety. Or it's the safety of those around you. This week, your spirit guides are talking to you about grounding. And they're talking to you about emotional release. So when it comes to your mental health, there might be some things that are on your mind. You might get emotional about these things. And your spirit guides saying maybe it's necessary to allow this release to take place for you. Maybe it's not a bad idea to let the tears fall and experience whatever emotion you might need to experience during this period of time. It seems like you're going to bounce back from it, though. Maybe your body might need a change from its regular environment. Oh, so I know we were talking about your health, but I want to say this before I forget it. I was telling you spiritually, there's something going on here. Something that's odd, something that's a little bit weird, something that's a little bit off. I was telling you that someone is in your energy. I don't know where I was going with this. I completely forgot. So I'm just going to keep going. There might be some trauma that kind of comes up mentally for you. No, now I remember what I was going to say. Now I see it. Let me see. How do I say this? Because I don't want people that hear this to feel like, I'll just say it. Some of you do have someone doing some sort of like witchcraft on you. So that, because I pulled this card that said keeping still. And I did say that somebody's playing around in your energy. Somebody might have done some sort of freezer spell on you to freeze your money. For some of you, this is why you're experiencing a lot of delays when it comes to your money. And this might be why the pressure is on. So going back to this whole situation with your health, it seems like there's a lot of tension. There could be something going on with your circulation, is what this feels like. And then there seems like there's something going on with your head, your mind, your head, like you're having a lot of headaches, a lot of pressure. You might be having a lot of pressure this week around your neck, your throat area. Definitely your spirit guides are encouraging you to slow down your breathing. Maybe you have issues with panic or anxiety this week. So it seems like your spirit guides are trying to show you how to ground yourself. Like how to focus on your breathing. Whatever this is, I mentioned to you that you've got someone who's done some sort of freezer spell on you, financial, like having to do with your finances. This seems like this is why your spirit guides step into your reading so heavily. It seems like they're freeing you from something. Something that has been holding you back. And for some of you, it's not spell work that's keeping you still. It's your own mind. It's your own thoughts, your own fears, your own self-doubts. If it's not clear what this says, it does say self-hatred. So it feels like there's something going on with you mentally this week that could be keeping you still, could be holding you back. You could be blocking yourself from your own blessings. And this could be your mind playing tricks on you. We talked about it, fear. Fear might be your worst enemy this week. But it definitely feels like you're able to push past this energy this week. I mentioned to you somebody passed away. I don't know if this is you going to someone's grave site. No, we talked about that, your dreams. You could be receiving a visit from someone that passed away. And it could possibly be showing up in your dreams this week. Taurus, yeah, you're exhausted. You might be feeling absolutely exhausted of a particular situation. It seems like you're growing tired. Manipulation. Talked about that. Disguising. Something is disguised. I told you the truth is being manipulated. Like, that's why you guys are saying protect your energy. Something in this particular situation. I mentioned to you, you're protecting a child. You are the protector in a situation. Whether your child is 10 or 20, whatever age, it just seems like you. And it's not to say that, it seems like, yeah, you looks like it's important to let your kids make their own decisions. But at the same time, I don't know. It feels like there's something that you see that maybe somebody else doesn't see, and it may not necessarily be a child, but somebody's definitely cunning, suspicious type of energy. It feels like this might be something that's happening around your house. Maybe this is somebody that you live around. Anything else, spirit guides, for the Taurians for the next 7 days? Anything else that they need to see? There might be a blind spot. No, you got some good news if I didn't say that. So this could be a job calling you back. It seems like I mentioned to you, you're very attractive professionally. You stand out in some sort of way. Your individuality sets you apart. It seems like I mentioned to you before that you have some admirers. So this could be at the job. There might be people that love you, admire what it is that you do, admire your charisma or your physical attributes. Somebody might find you very attractive physically. We talked about that too. But you do have some good news coming in. I think you're worried about something. I think your spirit guides have already handled this. So it seems like within the next 7 days, some of you could be celebrating the outcome to something by having a new beginning. For some reason, I feel that this is tied to your home. This could be a sale of a home. Maybe you're getting a buyer. Maybe that's what this paperwork is that I'm seeing, this court paperwork, legal documents that maybe you're worried about. A legal situation feels that it works out in your favor. There is a Pisces in your reading. I don't think that I mentioned that. You're having some sort of spiritual battle, court battle. Something is settled this week. Or like I said, you get some sort of finalization of something. Especially if something has just been up in the air for a minute. You've been concerned about something. Or someone has been concerned about you. You're concerned, but I really want to say that you're paranoid about it. Like you're scared, you're panicked about how something is going to happen because there's a whole bunch of uncertainty that you're dealing with. Spirit guys, what is the advice for the Taurians for the next 7 days? Set clear boundaries. This one's a part of the deck. Empower yourself by setting limits, such as saying no to a request or socializing less. This kind of self-care creates more respectful, healthy relationships. Boundaries. Someone could possibly be testing them this week. Or maybe this is just you, maybe just needing some alone time to rest and relax. talked about that self-doubt. Advice, Holy Spirit, for the Taurians. Oh, we talked about that. The card said tame the critical voices in your head. I saw that before I had to step out for a minute. Tame negative thinking. When negative thoughts arise, experience the feelings behind them and shift to a larger, more compassionate perspective. Yeah, you might we talked about the fears, uncertainty. You guys are saying negative thinking might creep in, especially with a situation like I mentioned to you. You've been going through something for a while. It seems like the pressure continues to increase in your situation. You guys are saying you can handle this. There's a wise saying, you're never given more than you can handle. Tune into your heart and reconnect with your strength. Whatever this is that you feel like you can't handle, this is where your spirit guides, as I mentioned to you before, they step in to help you with something. So it seems like there's something that you're dealing with this week that you're not really fighting alone. Animal kingdom. Animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. So if someone didn't pass, it seems like it could be a beloved pet. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. Animal kingdom. Maybe you do have pets. Or like I said, maybe this is somebody that did pass. It's a pet. It's an animal. They've got a message for you. New beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. Spirit is taking you in a new direction. They're saying it's time to move in a new direction. Maybe this has something to do with a literal move. You could possibly be uprooting. I mentioned to you something about your home may be getting ready to change. Interesting. This is one that I have to read. It seems like, because you got this one that says darkening of the light. And then you've got this is light here. Imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. We talked about that. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. It seems like I mentioned to you, a lot of self-doubt is creeping in. Maybe some depression could be sinking in. It's like Spirit is bringing you back to reality, having to do with something, having to do with you and who you genuinely are. It seems like you might be kind of forgetting the power that you hold in a situation because of your circumstances. So like a situation that you're going through might have rendered you powerless. Or that's how you're looking at the situation. You guys are saying these are fears. They're phantom fears. It seems like whatever you're worried about may not actually happen. It may not actually materialize. Taurus Nation. With that, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you'd like to book a personal, you can do so by heading over to my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week, Taurus Nation. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and out.